Toph is a problem, a big problem.
And I can't even see.
She is the most overpowered character in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Why? Because her powers are insanely powerful. I mean, she's literally the most powerful earthbender in the entire globe by her own statement. She invented metal bending, some bending of earthbending. She literally taught the Avatar how to earthbend. So why is that a problem? Well, let's just say that oftentimes, if your characters are too powerful, it removes all the stakes from any battle they fight in. So how did the writers of Avatar: The Last Airbender overcome that problem in the season finale? Yes, she's not gonna beat Fire Lord Ozai with the comet, but how is she not gonna just single-handedly wipe out the entire Fire Nation army? Let's look at how the writers totally nerfed her in the season finale so that the show could actually be interesting.
I can't read at all.
So here's what makes Toph interesting in the first place, is that she is blind, and yet she can see. She's constantly using her earthbending to sense the vibrations in the ground with her feet.
I haven't seen him in a while, okay?
It looks just like him to me.
Thank you, I worked really... Why do you feel the need to do that?
So that she can see where everything is. And no, it's not seeing, it's more of a sensing. And this, in of itself, makes Toph an interesting character. Why? Limitations.
You've seen nothing once, you've seen it 1,000 times.
She's the most powerful earthbending person in the entire world, and yet she can't see a single thing in the air. This is first evidenced in her first episode, where Sokka tosses her a wrestling championship belt, hits her in the head, knocks her over. She can't see things in the air, and she can't see when she's in the air. This is subtly foreshadowing the season finale and how they're gonna nerf her. We'll look at that in a moment. This provides an interesting weakness for Toph, and we see this in the episode where Zuko is trying to join them. Zuko accidentally burns Toph's feet, and at first I thought this was going to be a much bigger event than it actually turns out to be. Why is that? That's because Toph cannot see if her feet have no nerves. If her feet are burned, she cannot see a thing unless she's touching the ground with her hands, or as she mentions in the show, her knees, because she's crawling all the way back to the air temple. This is an interesting weakness for the character in that exactly what makes her able to see is also what she stands on. After she invents metal bending, we see without a doubt that Toph is the most powerful earthbender, and I think the most powerful non-avatar in this entire show, in the entire world. If you're not accounting for the comet, in which case it could be Fire Lord Ozai, just based on how well he stands up to Aang. Toph's limited power, this fact that she cannot see if she's not touching the ground, and she cannot see something that is not touching the ground.
The stars sure are beautiful tonight. Too bad you can't see them, Toph.
Is exactly the limited power that makes a character interesting. If you just have complete power, you're the most powerful character and you have no weaknesses, that's not interesting at all. You're gonna beat everyone, there are no stakes. However, if you have a weakness, such as you cannot see things that are in the air, in a world where airbending, which she literally can't see if you think about it, is a thing. This is how the writers overcome Toph's incredible overpoweredness in the season finale. Instead of having her go face Azula with Zuko, they send Katara to do that mission. Why? Because Toph would totally demolish Azula. I think we can all agree on that. Toph would destroy Azula, especially in the state that she's in by that point of the finale.
I'll roll your whole head.
So they know that they can't send Toph to that battle because that would just make it end instantly. Wouldn't be interesting at all. They gotta send Katara and Zuko. It's gonna be way more interesting dynamic with those three. So where do they send Toph? What do they do with her? They send her with Suki and Sokka. Where? Into the sky. Now this is what I love about this, because she is still powerful. She has metal bending, and these ships are made of metal because that's what the firebenders make everything out of for some reason. Don't know how they managed to get metal ships to fly, but it doesn't matter. She can still see on the ship. if she's touching the metal, she can see everything else that is touching the metal. For example, inside the cockpit, she can see. But by her own admission, the second that someone asks her to look outside of the ship, she can see nothing. See what an incredible nerf the writers did there to make Toph's battles still interesting? And as I talked about in the Sokka video, this makes her incredibly vulnerable when they're on the roof of these airships. And another thing I love about it is the fact that Sokka is always having to lead her in this final battle. You'll notice anytime they run around outside, Sokka is grabbing her hand. He's leading her because she cannot see outside of the airship they're walking on. Her metal bending proves to be invaluable at the end when they do the airship slice, but at the same time, she still isn't the overpowered character. Her effects are greatly diminished because the writers put her on the ship. This is what makes Toph such an interesting character, is that she is not just an overpowered female girl boss. She has her problems with her parents, with her struggle for independence, with how much she should be independent and how much she should rely on others, both of which are great things to have and great traits that are important in life, relying on others and independence. But her physical weaknesses make her battles interesting. Toph's skill at earth and metal bending aren't what make her interesting. It's the fact that she has limits. I've been Eyler. Thanks for watching this video on TrueView Radio. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked it. If not, watch another one. Hopefully you like that one. I'll see y'all next time. Farewell, friends.